this, and I'm going to share the screen. Okay, hold on, share screen. There it is. Okay, all right. This is all about Facebook do's and don'ts. I'm recording as well, so everybody will have this. So for most of you guys, this is all like, Jen, you're the newest coach here. But even for seasoned coaches, there'll be some good information. I know I learned a couple things. And Isabel, can you put your phone on mute? Okay. Thanks. Hold on. Sibel, can you guys hear me? Thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I'm on mute. Okay, perfect. Okay. So we're just going to quickly go through the do's and don'ts of for Facebook. On any generally speaking, 10% of the people you have on Facebook will see your posts. So you have 100 people, 10 people are going to see them. The most important thing to increase that number is to increase your edge rank, which means to engage your followers more and more. It's all stuff, you know, we know this, right? This is about engaging people. In general, we're going to have a call in a couple weeks on specifically on Facebook like pages, because we do want you guys to be moving toward that, where you kind of have this balancing act that you're doing personal page and like page. But for your personal page, you know, I'd say 3 times a day is a great amount to be posting. On your like page, believe it or not, much more than that, because you've got to build it up, and the way you build it up is by posting a lot. But for right now, think about, in general, 3 times, 4 times a day. To kind of get more people to see your stuff, you want more engagement on your page. So some simple ways to do it are to ask true and false questions, to ask a yes or no question. Hey, are you watching the Oscars tonight? You know, as simple as that. If there's something going on in town, you can ask who's attending it. I love this one, fill in the blank. Okay, have you ever done a fill in the blank where you haven't began your post with fill in the blank, and like people don't answer it, and you're like, what? I said, what's the best thing about Friday? And I put a line there. So always start with fill in the blank. I know it sounds so silly, but people really like to have specific directions. Ask for tips, like if you're looking for a great restaurant, a new toy for your kids, anything like that. People love to give their advice, a place to go on vacation. I've never done tell me a joke, but maybe tell me a joke works. Ask for their opinion. This is the one I do most often. Some of my biggest posts have been, you know, I'm a Nike girl. Everyone knows that. I post about my Nikes a lot. And when I'm ready for a new pair, I post A or B and see what I get. Do I always take their advice? No, because sometimes I've already picked out my Nikes, but nobody knows. The other thing, I had a really big one when I did Rent the Runway for the first time. I had 3 dresses up, and I couldn't believe like people's engagement in that one. Like they were so vested in what dress I was going to choose. A big one the other day was I just said, you know, it's Oscar night, and what do you think is going to win Best Picture? In your heart, go with what you want, not what you think is going to win. And I listed the best pictures, and that got a lot of comments. Now, as people comment, the key is that you've got to comment back to everybody, even if it's a thank you or, oh my gosh, I saw that movie too, or every time they comment, the more you comment on their comments, the more you're going to get. Yeah, Marie.
Don't we want to comment? Do we want to reply on their comment, or do you want to re-comment to get it back up on the newsfeed?
That's a good question. I do replies, and that is a good question. I'm not sure what the answer is, but I found otherwise you want to reply to them. Otherwise, you're going to be saying the same thing all the time, like thank you, you know. So unless like I posted a recipe with a link last night, and someone said, you know, recipe please, and I put that in the comments section again just so everyone saw it. Yeah, something like that. The other thing is, I don't want to say take a lot of time and go in the news feed, but you should spend a little bit of time liking and commenting on other people's posts, because the more you do that, the more apt you're going to get into their news feed. Same thing with things that get shared. It's really great when things get shared, because all of a sudden now you're on a whole bunch of people's news feed that you don't even know. So if, Sally Sue shares your post, now you're on her news feed with, hundreds of other people potentially seeing your posts. So shares are really great. Don't post anything thought-provoking. And I don't mean that like because they're stupid. I mean that because we live we mostly do this, right? And so if it's something they have to think about, they're not going to answer it. They're not going to post. People don't have the time. Don't be political. 'Tis the season, I know, but let's stay away from that. Don't be negative. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but this is about living a positive, healthy lifestyle. And don't ask judgmental or degrading questions. And really what I mean with that is something like, so why aren't you exercising? That's kind of like, so why are you lazy? So just spin it around and make it more positive. Like, so what motivates you to get outside and move? Something like that. Okay. Your profile picture. I think almost all of us are really good about this, but please, 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 just a picture of you. The lovely Sibel is up there. We know it's her. Shay Stanford. Don't post, like I put a post of me against a Shakeology wall. Number one, don't post like Beachbody, because this isn't about Beachbody. This is about living a healthy lifestyle. Don't post a profile picture with you with other people, because they don't know who you are. You're building a business. So you might love that group shot, but don't make it be your profile picture. Don't post with your husband. He's awesome, I'm sure. Or your kids, but don't make those your profile pictures, because it's all about, this is about your business. So you need to stand out alone. So if you don't have a great picture, have your kid take it, have your husband take one. I don't know, go professional and get one. A lot of people like to do that. So, okay, don't complain or vent on Facebook. Robin does a killer job with this. Robin, she leads a crazy life. She's got 4 crazy kids, 2 twin boys, and a lot of times life gets in her way. And what I love about it is, instead of letting that take her down, she always has a positive spin on it. She's not complaining. She's saying, God, it's really tough. I don't feel like working out. My house is a mess. My kids are just driving me crazy. But you know what? I got it done today and I feel awesome. And it's so great, So it seems so silly, but just try not to just try and keep things a positive slant to your issues. Keep it real. Like, don't try to say like, it's okay to say I missed a workout. It's okay to say I just didn't feel like doing it today, but add that positive side to it. Little things like, if you're talking about one day having no energy and you're really tired, the next day, do not post, I drink Shakeology every day and I have so much energy, because they're going to be like, what? You just said you didn't have energy yesterday. So those little things like that. We're not trying to pretend or hide anything. You want to be authentically you, but just with a positive slant. Don't be boring. I mean, this seems so obvious, right? But it's so easy when you're desperate for a picture or desperate for a post to like take a picture of a Shakeology bag, or take a picture of Energize, or take a picture of a cucumber. But if you put yourself in the picture, that's what makes people stop, right? They stop because they're like, oh, that's so cool. So this post was really, it didn't have a whole lot to do about Energize. The comments that I got was because I asked people about their first concert, but the whole point was that I'm drinking this because I stayed up late waiting for my son to come home from his first concert, and now I need this. I could have just done the Energize and been like, this is what I drank today because I was really tired from staying up late. So just when you relate it, when you put yourself in the picture, you're going to get more stops. A bag of Shakeology, trust me, does not get a lot of play. And you hear it again and again, but don't be kissing the bag of Shakeology, that type of thing. Just really instead take a picture of you drinking your shake. Take a picture of your shake, but don't just take a picture of the bag or any product for that matter. Personalize it and then add a little value to that. Okay. So it's funny because I did not talk to all these coaches before I shared their Facebook posts, but sometimes we get away from posting our progress. We've been a coach for a long time. We posted it that first time and we forget to do this. But this is constantly telling your story and sharing your story. Your progress is what people want to see. I mean, that's what gets them to buy. Stephanie just posted this was from 2014, but she just posted it, I think it was last week, right, Steph? So it brings it back up. People are like, oh my God, that's right. Those things really work. Those programs really work. So important to bring that up. That's part of your story and weave your progress in. And it doesn't have to be a picture of your stomach. It can be you in a really great outfit. Just your muscle. Like I had a muscle and then I didn't have a muscle and now I have a muscle. Anything, people want to see you. Occasionally I'll post like Beachbody's transformation photos, their before and afters, and they do okay, but they never do as well as if it's like either a member of your challenge group or a fellow coach or yourself. People, that's when they really believe it. So don't forget, that's so important that you share your progress every so often. And it's really scary. I just want to say, be really brave when you do it. And I think we all had this the first time we ever posted our before and afters. I'm sure I'm not alone. I mean, I wanted to unplug the computer and go and hide under my bed. I mean, it just is so mortifying. But yet, when you do it, people give you such positive reinforcement, which brings me to just don't worry about what people think, because the people that are really happy and proud for you, they're going to post it anyway. They're going to tell you, and you don't know if the other people aren't. And if someone unfollows you, you're never going to know. So, so the rule is 20% Beachbody, 80% you. I just threw this up because I'm in the middle of a house remodel. So usually once a week, I talk about something that's going on in my house because people are kind of curious. So whether it's a photo of my kitchen drawer or this was that my flooring was going in, it's just who I am right now. So share that, your kids, think about your target market. If you have young kids, put up stuff like share products that are really working for you, share tips that are really helping you, because that's your market. It's not Beachbody. It's just, ways that make people can relate to you, and then they want to follow you because they're like, oh God, that's so cool. Marie always posts the coolest things. I post a lot of food things because I'm a busy mom, and I don't know about you, but dinner, like sometimes I just rack my head on what to make. So I like to share that because I think a lot of busy moms are in that. And when you can share a recipe that really works with people, you can be like, this is totally a hit and it's really super easy. They get kind of jazzed. So, the whole idea is not to be salesy, not to be everything Beachbody. There's a lot more to you, and people want to follow you. So simple, right? Consistency. It's all about consistency. This photo, I've used this photo again and again because it just proves the point that over time you get a following. And if you're authentically you're going to get people starting to comment and like. It's really about being consistent because they don't know who you are. When you decide to be a fitness coach, they're like, is this the real deal? So by posting consistently your workouts and your healthy lifestyle and, showing up and being a proof that the products work, you're building trust, and you'll be amazed. People are watching, and over time, then they're going to be like, oh yeah, I want to do that. Like they finally realize it. They get it, that it works. Always remember, you want to always post about your challenge group at least once a week. Even if no one, we've all done this. We've posted about a challenge group and nobody's like even liked it. And you're like, great, loser, right? That's how you feel. You're just like, oh. But when you do it every week, they watch, right? And then all of a sudden you're going to get a message from somebody like, so I'm kind of interested in learning more. Or when you're inviting them, they're already going to know that, oh yeah, you do have a challenge group. You do those things every month. Some people just say automatically, I'll catch you on the next month, because they know. So be consistent about that. That's just same thing with our coach invites or our coach events. Really important that we always post about them, because then people get the idea that we're building a business, we're building a team, and we're constantly sharing that opportunity with people. Funny, just as a funny thing, if you go back and look when you first began coaching at the number of likes and comments you got on your Facebook things, I would have like 6, and I thought that was awesome. So, you know, it's really funny because it does really start to go up. Okay, how to post and share. This is not my slide, but I really liked it. The analogy is a water pump. And this is kind of bringing it back to consistency. If you, every day you pump, you're always going to get a constant stream of water. But if you stop, you have to start from the beginning. And when you pump, you're not going to get anything, right? So you have to keep going every day. It's really important that you always share your story. I don't mean like just post this big long story about, you know, how you became fit and how you went from being unhealthy to active. And I don't mean the big story. I mean bits and pieces of your story. Weave that in all the time into your posts. So, for example, this morning I did a post about trying, about like why, you know, we're afraid to fall. And within that post, I just talked about how I was really, when I first decided to exercise, I couldn't get through a program. I used to sit on the floor and rest. I was really embarrassed, but I kept going. So it was just a little bit of my story. So weave your story into your posts. Use eye-catching, I have to go plug in my computer as we're doing this. Use eye-catching photos. People scroll on their phone, and so they stop because a photo is pretty to them or intriguing to them. I posted a great call by Janelle Summers, and it's in our team page, and she talks about creating eye-catching materials, and she talks about lots of different apps that you can use and ways you can do that. And maybe it's lighting or investing in a tripod, using different free apps that are available, or that they only cost $1.99 or whatever. So listen to that if you need ideas, because it's really important. One thing that might help you is to just pick 5 categories that you're going to post about every week. So maybe it's like Monday, it's a motivational thing. Tuesday, it might be like you're talking about your challenge groups, or you're doing a transformation Tuesday. Wednesday, it might be Wacky Wednesday. Thursday, it might be Throwback Thursday. Friday might be, you know, how you end your week and why you love coaching. Saturday might be, you know, tips for the weekends or anything like that. So you could pick categories to post about every day, or you could just do like, I'm going to do motivation, and I'm going to do a recipe, and I'm going to do my workout. So think about putting categories. Some people create their posts ahead of time, which is awesome. I know Steph's a champ at doing this. So she already knows what she's posting. Probably she knows what she's posting today. And that's really cool. And that saves a lot of time. I'm more of a fly by the seat of my pant girl. But with that being said, I do have like an outline that I can share with you guys and I do this mainly for my fitness page, because I'm trying to build up my fitness page and I'm posting a lot. So I know that by 6 a.m. I'm going to have a motivational post up there. By 9 a.m. I'm going to have my workout for the day. At noon, I'm going to like post maybe something about Beachbody or a recipe. At 3 o'clock, I'm going to post a snack idea, you know, things like that. So I've tried to do that. So I have that, but I still get inspired throughout the day when I see something and take a picture, and then I decide to post about it. I talked about like engaging by asking questions, 20% fitness, but post more frequently. Look at your last posts and look to see, would people follow you? Are they intriguing? Are they pretty? Are they cool pictures? And, the last one is we sometimes think we have to always have the best post, and you just don't post because you can't figure out what to post. A mediocre post is better than no post. You need to have posts up there because you need things to get in the news feed, and they don't get in the news feed if it's just one post a day. It's just the way Facebook works. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to get it up there and you have to be consistent. And the last thing is you have to be willing to change and adapt, basically meaning if it's not working, kind of look at some of the top coaches or look at other coaches that you admire and maybe change things up, see how they're doing. The most important thing is being you, though. And you can take a post from another coach, but don't just take a post from another coach and throw it up there, because I'm going to tell you, it's not you, and it could have been great on their Facebook page, but it could bomb on yours because it's you. It doesn't sound like you. It has to be authentic to you. So use part of it, use it as a guideline. Sure, get ideas for posts by looking at other coaches, but still make it your own. Okay, just really quick, how to avoid being banned on Facebook. This is really important. Coaches are signing onto Facebook and their stuff's gone. It's happening all the time. People are checking. So the most important thing is you do not want to be salesy. Don't post your link to your website on Facebook. Don't use the word buy. Don't use the word sell. If you're going to post about challenge groups, try not to say, comment below or email me and I'll give you all the details. Ask a question like, are you in? Are you excited? Are you going to join me? It just red flags to Facebook that, oh, wait, maybe she's trying to sell something. Really important, really, really, really important. Delete your old challenge groups. Don't be in groups that you are not active in. We all get put in groups. I got put in, Kate's doing a group for the legging things, and I got put in it. And I don't want to be in a group. I don't need to be in any more groups. It is a red flag when you are in too many groups. I don't know the magic number. I don't think there is one because everybody's different. But I can tell you that I was on a call yesterday and a coach was saying she's got 2 warnings because she was in so many groups. So delete your old groups. I have so many groups right now. So every morning and every evening, I'm deleting at least 2 groups. Yes, Steph.
Question. Okay, so this is good for me to know because I don't think I've done this. I mean, I usually will, I'm looking at my Facebook, like take it out of my favorites, but you mean like actually select leave group?
Yeah, and if you open the group, take everyone out and then leave the group.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and if you don't want to be in a group, take yourself out. Okay. So just try and get those groups down to a more manageable number. Next week's topic is going to be all about the new Facebook and the new Beachbody app. And Sibel and I are going to do a call on it, and it's everything you're going to want to know. And I'm just going to give you the heads up that this is how you are going to want to run every challenge group. And it's because of this. It's because of the potentially of being banned. So we are moving our first group into the Beachbody app this week. By the end of the week, it'll be fully in there, and we will have everything you guys want to know next Tuesday. So
this is awesome because coincidentally, out of the 5 challenge packs I sold in February, because I hit just each 10 even, 4 of them aren't on Facebook.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's great. Like, I don't mind. I am totally into like texting them and keeping them accountable and emailing them the meal plans. But 2 of them are just older and they think they're too old for Facebook. And the other 2 just think it's a waste of time. Anyway, so it's just interesting. Like, I had this in mind, but I think it's awesome. I'm so excited.
They're changing. They're changing a bunch of things. So just so you know, as of this week, there will be multiple administrators allowed.
Okay.
That's
cool.
Huge because we all run our challenge groups together. And so now we can do it. Marie, did you have a question on the app?
Yeah. Stop, Parker, Michael. What about the free challenges? Those we should probably delete too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I would not. What I'm doing with my free is I'm going to leave them open for the few weeks just because I usually advertise for my next free challenge in the free group.
And that's what yeah.
Or what you can do, another thing you can do is you can take all the content out, take everyone out. Don't open a new group. Use that same group and just change the name and empty it.
No.
Yeah, so you can do that as well. But it's definitely a red flag to them.
Yeah, I try to do a clean sweep like every quarter, but it gets hard.
I know it's like, it's easy, but it's a pain, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, lastly, just these are 3 final tips. These are not mine either, but I thought they were really great. Work more efficiently, work smarter. If it's working, keep doing it. So if something every day is getting good play, keep posting. Inspirational quotes get good play. They do. It's just, ask anyone. They really do. So every day, why not put up something inspirational? Like I said, if it's working and getting engagement, asking questions we know works. Ask a question every day. It can be as simple as what's for dinner. So stop thinking I can't and start thinking I can't. How can you? You know what? Getting active on Facebook and sharing more on Facebook is really scary. But this is how we're building a business, because when you start posting on Facebook a lot, you're putting yourself on people's radar. So the key is, no matter what you do on Facebook, you still have to invite and follow up. Facebook does not take that away. The most important thing we do in this business is invite and follow up. But Facebook kind of puts you on people's radar. So when you do invite with them, they already have an idea of, it's not coming out of nowhere. Sometimes it is. I mean, sometimes they're not on Facebook or they have no idea what you're doing. But it makes it just like, oh yeah, I know what you're doing, right? So
honestly, I was just gonna say, like 90% of my challengers come from my inviting. Like nobody ever on my Facebook says, hey, I'm really interested in what you're doing. Please tell me about it. It's like they see it and then I invite and they're like, oh yeah, I've been seeing that and it looks so cool. Anyways, yeah. So I'm just reiterating. It's so true.
It's so true. I mean, if you get someone that messages you, that is awesome. Like, take it and run with it, but don't stop. You have to keep inviting and following up. That's that consistency thing. So, and then, we think there's one way to do things, and there's a whole lot of ways to do things, So find what works for you and go with it. Just be true to yourself and consistent. And people will start. One tip that I think really has helped me is someone said, read out loud your post before you post it. And the reason that's really important is if you're going to post this, we've all tried little things like this. Like, hey man, I'm like totally excited because I'm going to run this Facebook group and it's going to be epic and amazing and like so cool. Okay, that's not how I talk. They'd be like, what? Like what? So I have to be like, I'm really excited. It's going to be really fun. And so just make it in your voice. And so when you read it out loud, it sounds like you. And that kind of even goes for inviting. Caleb Thomas, this is a video that's going to be in the new coach training, I think tomorrow. He actually does his invites by voice, messaging them on Facebook because it sounds more like him. And so I think that's a kind of a cool thing. He reads it and then it types it out on Facebook. And that is all I got for you guys. Any comments, questions? I'm going to stop sharing. We'll go find my...
In line with what you said about, not being too Beachbody. One person that I did sell a program to, which I talked to you guys about actually last week, I wanted to get her to do PiYo. And she had told me that her cousin is like 50-something years old, best shape of her life. She posts all the time. She's always like, my Shakeology and da-da-da. She never reached out to her. And she's always trying to get her involved. But she purchased it from me because I approached her in a real way. And like what was good for her as opposed to being salesy like her cousin is constantly doing. And so I think that is one fear of like, just being too out there, because you see tons of people out there like posting so much about Shakeology and about this and that, and it just turns people off. Yeah.
True. It's so true. You can do it in such a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connection. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. I'm going to stop recording.